What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joe, the Juggernaut, Joyce. Joe Joyce claims that Anthony Joshua never mentions his name. He said, I have been sparking out guys left and right, Joseph Parker, Daniel Dubois, Christian Hammer, etc., etc., etc. But Anthony Joshua doesn't call my name for whatever reason. And I'm more than willing to take on AJ in an all-British/Nigerian duel. Let me counterpunch. First off, I don't think AJ is really targeting Joe Joyce, because Joe Joyce, for one, he's a Frank Warren fighter. For two, he hasn't picked anyone because he's trying to find himself right now. Honestly, he's trying to figure out what he's trying to do with his career, who he's going to continue with I guess the duration of his career or the next fight, you know. And Joe Joyce honestly doesn't have anything that AJ could benefit from. I mean, let's look at it. What does Joe Joyce have that AJ wants? Sure, a name on the record, a good fight, a good competitive fight, sounds good to me. But in the eyes of Anthony Joshua, why do you think that he put those sparring sessions up? Remember when these guys were at each other's neck via social media? And AJ or somebody from AJ's camp leaked sparring sessions from Anthony Joshua and Joe Joyce, and AJ was playing with them. You guys remember that? Straight playing with them. You know, I don't know if they were working on a particular thing, but it didn't look good for Joe Joyce, and Joe got pissed because it made him look bad. It made him look like he was the underachiever in this situation. Okay? But I think that was leaked, and I think the beef came because Anthony Joshua was saying how far above Joe Joyce that he was. Now, Joe Joyce, unfortunately, is one hell of a fighter. He's slow, he's durable, he's tough, and he won't quit. You know, and he has good timing speed and a hell of a chin, right? Okay? But he has all that, but he has no reward behind him. He's not a big ticket seller, you know. He's nothing like that. He's with BT. He's with Frank Warren. AJ's, of course, is with Eddie Hearn for life, right? With the zone. So, you know, the question you ask yourself is, will Frank Warren allow that to happen? You know, for that matter, I don't see Frank Warren allowing Daniel Dubois to fight Anthony Joshua unless it's like a big portion of the split for Daniel Dubois. But after seeing what Daniel Dubois did recently, do you think for a second that Frank Warren will let that fight happen? Now, it's all fine and dandy when guys come over there like Derek Chisora, Dillian White, because they're the B-side. But you think he's going to let his fighter become the B-side on another platform? No. Hades, no, that won't happen. You know, because Frank Warren knows that he could easily make a fight with his other fighter, the current WBC reigning and defending heavyweight champion, Tyson Fury. So that's what I see happening. But then Joe Joyce, obviously, he's bringing up AJ's name, but why? He wants clout. He wants the same thing that Deontay Wilder got. He wants the same thing that Tyson Fury got. He wants the same thing that Jarrell Miller had. He wants recognition, okay? And how do you get recognized? You attach your name to the people that everyone's already talking about. Then if they're talking about him, they're going to be talking about them. Bars, right? So at the end of the day, I feel that Joe Joyce is putting his name out there, putting his bid in. You know, he knows that there's some guys that Anthony Joshua could fight. You know, the same guys that he could fight, like Dillian White beat the guys that you fought years ago. Dillian White beat Joseph Parker, bro. In a very good fight, mind you. It wasn't a pushover. It wasn't anything that you could snooze on, because it was a very good fight. That was in 2018. That was over 4 years ago. You're just now getting to that point. You're 37 years old. That's the crazy thing about it. 37 years old, man, you know? And unfortunately for Joe Joyce, he's getting older, and you got to ask yourself, how long does he have left? Well, according to Joe Joyce himself, he has about, he said, 2 or 3 more years of fighting at that level, so that puts him at 40 years old. You know? So maybe he'll go out like Klitschko, you know what I mean? Have a blowout throwdown at 40, 41 years of age. Hopefully against the top people. That's if he keeps winning. Because you know how boxing is. Once you lose, you go into the back of the line. So I think Joe Joyce is just putting his bid out there. You know, and for the record, I think he's doing a good job, because he may or may not have talked himself into a mega fight with Tyson Fury the other weekend when Tyson Fury beat up Derek Chisora. So, you know, it looks good for Joe Joyce, and I think Joe Joyce is just actually balancing out the other side and putting his bid on across the street. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Joe Joyce claiming that Anthony Joshua doesn't mention his name. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunching. Peace!